is set up and on. Anyone watching can feel free to let me know how my volume sounds, computer volume to mic volume, and music to voice ratio, I should say. Okay, so what we are doing today, I have this sketch that I did in an impromptu stream yesterday. So normally, like, one Tuesday I'll be penciling large, doing my all my contour lines, and then the next Tuesday I'll do coloring. But yesterday I decided to actually show the process of roughing it out at 8.5 by 11, which is half the size that I do my final work at. So this was actually drawn at comic book size on this template. I don't know if you guys can really see this very well or not. Try to. So this is my rough, right? So I did this on my stream yesterday. And if you want, all of my streams go up to YouTube, so you can watch past streams if you've missed them. And Lindsay says volume is good. Cool, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. So if you're on Twitch right now, up at the top there should be a register button if you're not registered. And if you're logged into Facebook in another tab, you can just register with your Facebook credentials. It's really simple, it's free, it doesn't spam your account or anything like that. All it does is just give you a login, so you can just log in with Facebook, like many websites. The cool thing is, once you're logged in, then you watching me actually counts as a view, because if you're not logged in, it doesn't count as a view. The more views I have, the more likelihood that I'll get more views, so you're actually helping me just by logging in. And once you're logged in, you can type into the chat on the right side of the video, and I will see what your message live, and then I can respond to you, so that's super cool. Makes it a little bit more interactive, and people talking to me while I work is actually not distracting. On the contrary, it kind of helps keep me from spacing out. So yeah, don't be shy about chatting with me while I work. It is definitely both welcome and appreciated. So what I'll be doing tonight is, so I took this sketch that I did yesterday and I scanned it in and I printed it out large and blue line. So blue line is basically a way of taking something and printing it out light enough that you can draw over it and correct whatever, details and line work. I don't know if you can even really see it, but the blue line is very blurry because it's something small that was blown up. And my lines are fuzzy because it was a rough sketch, a lot of erasing, etc. So now I have the opportunity to go in and get this detailed and, get my line quality where I want it. And that'll help the finished product of my work. So it's an extra step. Not everyone takes that extra step, but, I feel like if I'm gonna make this and put it out into the world, I might as well make it as good as I can, which, is relative, because everyone's got different, different skills and techniques and qualities, and people are going for different looks. Personally, I prefer not to have a lot of black ink. I like to use a lot of color to get my piece looking the way that I want, so with that I try to have my lines as thin as possible. So I really like drawing large and getting this hard pencil line in. This way, when I'm looking at it next week to color it, the colors are really what carries the image. And I think that's not super popular. A lot of people rely mostly on the inking, and that's kind of you know, set standard comic book style, but I think a lot of that developed and is not even an intentional homage to, but just at this point, like, almost habit. It's like a repeated meme to have heavy ink work, and I think a lot of that developed from actual plate printing back in the day. You know, it was almost impossible to have your plates perfectly registered, so the heavier your black line was, the less of a chance of noticing registration slips in the print at the end of the day. Of course, I'll be coloring this digital and it'll be printed digitally, so, you know, like, when you're getting from a digital printer, there is no plates, there is no possibility of registration failure, so there's really no need for heavy black lines. Now it's just stylistic that most people do that, and I feel like, you know, whatever most people are doing, if I can do something a little different, it'll at least make my work stand out. And I'm not saying it'll make it better than anyone else's, but, you know, sometimes there's validity to merely standing out. Especially, you know, if your work is good anyway. You know, why let it blend into the crowd, you know? I feel like whether or not someone's work is good is totally subjective. Whether or not someone's work is run-of-the-mill and common is actually kind of objective. Like, it either does the common thing or it does not. So, anywho, I do end up re-penciling all my pieces, so that's an extra step, but then I don't end up inking them, so that's minus an extra step. So at the end of the day, I end up with the same amount of steps anyway. Again, it's just an aesthetic choice that I use my actual penciling. Get some extra light in here. Much better. Blind. Too much extra light. Okay. Whoa. Alright, now I just gotta wait for my eyes to adjust, because I just looked directly into the light bulb like a spaz. Alright, cool. I'm good. So, because I have this webcam over the shoulder, but for some of this detail, I have to kind of lean in to see what I'm doing. So you might get some pretty good view of my ear, or my cheek, my jaw, the side of my face. I hope you don't mind. You know, if you notice that I have any like food on my face or anything, just politely let me know. You know, drawing at this size, I can actually get like the width of the tsuba and the pommel on the handle. That's something I would not be able to do if I was drawing it 8.5 by 11, or I should say on 8.5 by 11 paper, because the actual, you know, bleed, registration, and crop marks, I don't know, it's like 7.75 by like 10 or something. I don't remember. Anyway, drawing it small versus drawing it large has that. Letter versus tabloid. the reason why sometimes you'll notice me going over a line multiple times, especially if I'm doing a very subtle curve, is because I've noticed that actually graphite lubricates itself. What I mean by that is there's a toothiness to the paper. So if you want to get a curved line and you want to get it really sharp, you want to kind of press down, but if you just press down and go for it and you F up, I mean, that can be really bad, you know. But if you kind of like lightly go over it, it creates something of a tract that your next line, when you press down hard, can follow. And since this is all hard lines, that works well for me, for what I'm doing. We'll see, like that hand might have come out a little too big. So even still, when I scan this into Photoshop, I might like take that hand and just make it a little smaller. You know, just cut it out and then free transform it. Things like that. So there's many, many steps to this process. And that's why, you know, I just take my pencils and turn them right into my inks. It just saves me a step when I'd rather be focusing on other things. Yeah, you guys might be getting like a view right up my nose or something. Feel free to be like, yo, adjust your webcam, Draco. Because while I do have a preview of my stream open on my computer, I can only see it when I'm looking up. So I don't know what you're seeing when I'm looking down. We see your face. Alright, face. So in the last page that I live streamed for Tracy Queen, we saw Tracy was in her living room having something of an emotional moment, kind of teetering on the edge of breakdown. And her moment was interrupted by a noise coming through her bedroom door. So now she's in her bedroom and sees light streaming out from under her closet and hears noise coming from there. So she's going to investigate. So this is her trepidatiously investigating the thing that went bump in the night. We also have Lindsay Lag in the chat, and she is the writer for Tracy Queen. So if you do sign in, and you join in the chat, and you have any questions about Tracy Queen, you can ask, and both Lindsay and I are here to flood your brains with informations. Because a well-informed populace is the best defense against boredom. Or something. That's what people say, right? People say that. I know what people say. Hello. I think she's got 5 of them. She should anyway. Hard to count that small. Did you know that the smaller things get, the harder it is to count them? I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm definitely gonna put it up on Facebook. It's a fact. Waha. It's probably true, but I think it's too subjective. Like, it's personal experience, so you can't really say that it's misinformation. It's like, well, maybe that's true for you, and not for me. You can't, like, argue opinions, man. Song feels like it should have a big swashbuckling sword fight going on during it. Oh yeah, obviously. Definitely. So at this point in the comic, Tracy is still kind of under her grandfather's thumb, so to speak. And, yeah, she's not very independent. She relies on him for all her stuff, so she doesn't have much stuff. So her living room and her bedroom are all kind of bare bones for Tracy. Soon, she liberates and reinvents herself and finds that she's fantastic, and all of her stuff becomes a monument to her fantasticness. You know, all kinds of costumes and toys and decor, and she's quite a peacock of a person. But not yet. I might be selling that point a little too hard. What do you think, Lindsay? Perhaps I'm being hyperbolic about it. I didn't hear what you said, sorry. That's okay, I was just rambling anyway. I was just saying that at this point in the story, she's still under her grandfather's thumb, and therefore, like, you know, her stuff is very limited, her decor, her, you know, sense of, like, self and expression of such, you know, it's all very limited. But then, you know, as she finds her independence, she kind of reinvents herself, right? And evolves into more of a peacock of a person, you know, buying fancy things for herself, fancy clothing and decor and, you know, stuff to have around the house. Lamps and whatnot, artwork to put on the walls, etc. And I guess just a lot of gifts because she becomes famous and people love her. And her Amazon wish list starts to, of course, become a thing that people actually, like, are into. But I'm gonna buy a Tracy that thing. Woo! And then I was like, well, maybe I'm selling that point a little too hard. Maybe it's not really so much like that, and maybe I'm being hyperbolic about it. Yeah, that's true. She doesn't have a very involved sense of self at all in the beginning of the book. Yeah. I'm even thinking, though, like, that is reflected in her personal space. Kinds of stuff that she would have around the house or not have around the house. I don't know if she ever gets to the point where she has, like, designer coffee tables, but at least some, like, art on the wall and a nicer computer setup and, you know, that kind of stuff. Gifts from gentle person callers. Okay. I think that's about the level of detail that I need for that panel. Okay. The next panel, she opens her closet door and pulls aside her clothing and reveals a hidden door with E-code pad on it. Dun dun dun! What you gonna do with that key code pad, Tracy? That's one article of clothing on hanger. Well, something behind it. And something behind that. Phew, okay. So much detail. Yeah, it's true. Hey, isn't it? Alright. Start. Keypad time. I don't wanna... Well, hey, Lindsay. In the next panel, we actually see her about to hit enter. Which basically means she's already typed in the code, whatever the access code is. Should we see the access code? Or should we just see like asterisk, 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 asterisk? Asterisk is a really hard word to say multiple times in a row. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Or it could just be like XXX, you know? But no, I mean at this point in the story, that might make her blush. Although it'd be funny if it was actually a numerical code, but it just shows up as X's because it's, you know, you don't show the password visibly. But I think asterisk guy Asterixes. Boobs. That's funny. I like that. I mean, is it already her personality, like before she meets Nicola and breaks away from her grandfather, to be like into, like, would she have already made a joke like boobs as her password? Like maybe that was always her personality, she just, you know, didn't dare to dream that she'd ever have like a sexy lifestyle. Dare to dream, your lifestyle can be sexy too. I mean, like, maybe she does have a sense of humor. Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously, I just didn't know if, like, her becoming is more transcendent than just doing what she wants, but, like, de-prudening or something, you know? I'm not suggesting that it should be, I'm actually asking because hadn't really thought about that too much. It's amazing when you think so much about a story, what things you might have overlooked thinking about until something like brings it to your attention. I'm like, actually, I don't really know. Was she always like that or not? Yeah, I feel like asterisks are probably more like obviously a key code pad kind of thing, right? Like visually, like that's what you would expect to see on a secret code pad. Her name card. What's happening? How you doing, dude? Okay, just chilling. Cool. Yeah, me too. So weird that you show up in my chat, but you don't show up in my viewers list. At least not always right away. Maybe it's just a lag. I don't know. These things are awful screwy.
All the silly people in my fucking head. One of them is Dora and I think she's dead. She's walking in a cold on the Mercy Street. He's sleeping on my pillow, loving on cheek. And there's a dreamer standing tall on his feet, talking about the money and it's that breach. His father was the seller, they shut down on the street. His solitary man with a big heart. And shorter is the fact that sorry is not free. He dancing in a careworn career.
So, Rename Core, did you watch the finale of Westworld? Actually, I might have asked you that last night. I don't know. I think I did. But you could always answer again if you want to. It's definitely a thing to talk about. That show is...
And during my civilian war, and all I see is dollar, 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 you may know. Captured by the grace, I shed my shirt and tie, caring for my sanity, away my long goodbye. It's safe to dream in my last words and never remember my broken heart. All I want is dollar. I see my perfect body and I cannot see the
So as I get to the panels further right, when I have to like lean in to see what I'm doing, and then I lean my head over, you guys are probably getting like the webcam view of like the inside of my ear or something weird like that, right? Feel free to tell me if it gets out of hand, like, Jayel, I can see your brain, stop it. Move your webcam or something. Or, you know, if you like the view of my brains, like, that's cool, I'll leave it there. Just thought I'd offer. I always want to make sure anyone watching is, you know, comfortable. Are you comfortable? Can I get you a pillow? I should make a little command. Passes so-and-so a pillow. Maybe a Snuggie. Actually, I did see a Snuggie that I wanted to buy. I saw it in Walgreens the other day. It was like a little Jedi robe Snuggie, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. They also had like a Chewbacca Snuggie, and like a Yoda Snuggie, and a Stormtrooper Snuggie. Snuggies. So how's everyone doing tonight? So I think I'm gonna wait to put in the code or asterisks or whatever we land on in Photoshop when I'm coloring this. And then I'll also put in like, you know, all the numbers and coinciding letters or whatever. Like it'll be like 1 ABC, 2 EFG, etc. Like a phone pad kind of thing. Next, Hamstripe 2 says, I like that name. I'm decent, watching a dude's brain. How are you? Are you seeing inside my ears? I lean forward. Can't really tell because when I look up to see my preview, I'm not leaning forward anymore, so I have no idea. I'm just assuming. I'm like, I know my webcam is aiming here, and when my head goes there, it's gotta be weird, right? Brains. See, now if zombies were real, I'd have a ton of followers. Look at my brains. So yeah, I'm gonna do all this line work in here tonight. For anyone that's new, so this is what I did yesterday on my stream. I normally stream every Tuesday night at 5:30 Mountain Time, which is 4:30 Pacific, 6:30 Central, and 7:30 Eastern. Yeah. Mainly sideburns. You're decent. All right. Yeah, I got the sideburns. They're holding my brains in. The Walking Dead seems legit. Yep. So yeah, so I did this yesterday. It's like a rough sketch, small on a 8.5 by 11. So I got my layout worked out, my composition. And then last night after my stream, I scanned this and I blue lined it, you know, just making it very faint and light blue, and enlarged it to 11 by 17 and printed it out. So now I'm redrawing it with just way more detail and way sharper line quality. So then next Tuesday, I will be taking a scan of this and digitally coloring it with my Wacom tab in Photoshop. That's pretty standard. Like every other week on Tuesday, I switch off. Like we have 3 projects going. This one is Tracy Queen, which we have it's not safe for work, but we do have a free sample to download. Lindsay, when you get a chance, maybe you could put up the free sample. I'll link to it. So yeah, and then the other project is Pack, which is another comic book. And then the other project is Children of Gaia. So I do 2 weeks of Tracy Queen, first drawing, then coloring, and then 2 weeks of Pack, first drawing, then coloring, and then 2 weeks of Children of Gaia, which is usually drawing in my sketchbook and then compositing in Photoshop. That's a lot of information. Gotta keep myself doing something while I draw, you know. Rambling is like something I'm so good at being terrible about. Like a special talent, you know. Like I can kind of draw good, but I can ramble like a no one's business. Like just seriously. But I only ramble like when someone actually asks me something or says something to me. Otherwise, then I just like forget. And sometimes I'll just be like zoned out in my drawing and not talking for long enough that like when someone does write something in the chat, I just don't even notice it because I'm not looking at my chat anymore. I'm getting better at it though, I think. I guess I haven't really been streaming for that long. Are you mainly focused on just doing your own works, or do you want to get into the comic book world as a penciler and inker later on? You know, actually, like, I went to school for illustration, and I learned animation, And a lot of my actual like work for money is web design, and VFX for like videos, music videos, and short films, things like that. So, you know, I never really even thought that like I wanted to be a comic book artist, but it just turned out that like two of my projects that I'd end up working on are in comic book format. So I'm kind of doing comic book art, but it wasn't like intentional. Like it wasn't like, oh, one day I want to be a comic book artist. But I mean, we have Lindsay, who's also on the chat, and I have our own press, our own publishing company called Oneshi Press. And, you know, I would love it if, like, our own stories could be what we focus on. So, you know, there's always, like, most of what I do is work for hire as a freelance artist. And I feel like it would be great if one day I could just be working on the stuff that I imagine, and that would be paying my bills. And that day is getting closer, I think. Actually, one of our books, Children of Gaia, The Great Nations of Rendaria, is almost ready for sales. And then we've got another book to take its place. You'll see, when I go on break, I play, you know, every like 2 hours I tend to take, or every hour and a half, I tend to take like a 5-minute break or so, 5 or 6 minute break, and I'll play like my my reel, which shows all my video and animation work, and then I'll also play our Oneshi Press video, which like basically just tells you what our projects are and who we are and what we're doing. And it shows some artwork, you know, not really a commercial, but I guess it sort of is a commercial. But, you know, hopefully it's at least entertaining and interesting. Yeah, so I'm probably going to take like a break in like half an hour, maybe 15 minutes. And if you stick around, you can see our little video that'll show you all the stuff we're doing. Hamstripe, do you are you an artist, a visual artist, or do you stream, or are you just interested, like because you are interested? I know like a lot of people that watch creative streams tend to also be artists. That's the only reason why I ask. I'm just curious. And you don't have to answer, obviously. Like, you could just be like, none of your business, buddy. And I'd be like, sorry. Oh, I think that panel is working. Although, you know what? I'm gonna fix up her fingers. I'm not really happy with that. Seems good. Cool. I attempt to draw on occasion, but just learning. No streaming, mainly just mod other folks. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's awesome. So do you have like a few other people specifically that like you tend to mod for? Like, I guess what I mean is like regularly, like people that you, when they stream, you mod? Oh, here we go again. Like I said before, smaller things get, the harder it is to count them. Ah, does she have 5 toes? Yes, she does. Okay. I have a dual stigmatism, so my vision, like, unless I'm right in front of it, 5 could easily look like 7 or 8 because it gets a little just hard to focus my eyes. What if I gave her 6 toes and just never said anything about it? Yeah. Yeah, just like always have her with 6 toes on her right foot, but never mention it in the comic at all. Like, just see who notices. Proper artist, Vicious Fool. Oh, proper artist. These are names of people. Vicious Fool, Albert Spink, John Lay Studio, and 2 Senseless get a bit of special attention, I suppose, but for the most part, I just kind of mod when it fits into my own time. 2 Senseless. Oh, cool. Awesome. I actually have quite a few people that I've made moderators, but most of them I just did it like as kind of a fun thing to be like, oh yeah, cool, you're a mod. But like most of the people that I made mods don't actually know how to mod. They're just like, okay, cool, now I have a symbol next to my name, yay. But that's about it. So yeah, I've been like, I should actually have more people as mods that actually know how to mod. That would be cool. Specifically, like, I use Unkbot, which is, my Unkbot is called Drunkbot. But yeah, like, some people I know have been like, oh yeah, as a mod I can just, through your chat, like, make new commands and modify commands and like stuff like that. I'm like, what? How you know how to do that? But yeah, that to me is like awesome. I need to find some peeps that can do that. Like, you're like, oh, what? You need a command for this? Cool, I'll just make it through your chat. Like, how you do that? These are grimy, unsafe stairs. Unsafe because they're grimy and they're concrete, I'm assuming. So like, old stairs that rarely get used, that are just grimy and concrete. You could slip down them. And if you slip down steep concrete stairs, that sucks. It's easier than it seems. For Unkbot, no need for mod, you just make them an editor. Actually, I can do that. Oh, cool. Awesome. Sweet. Well, yeah, I mean, if you end up liking my stream and you want to, like, stick around and come back every now and then while I'm streaming, like, it'd definitely be awesome if you wanted to mod or anything or edit, I guess it'd be awesome for me. It's really like if you want to do it, which I don't know why you would, but if you did, that would be cool. Anyway, I guess, stick around a bit, see if you See if you, first of all, even like my stream. But it's cool to know that you've got that, that brain that makes things like that easy. Grimy stairs are dangerous. Need a 6th toe for extra balance. Yes. Totally. Totally. The 6th toe to, like, grip the edge of the, you know, of the step, like, while you're leaning. It's like that. I wonder what that would feel like, because you would have 5 toes on one side but 6 on the other, so the difference is known to you. I wonder if it would feel strange. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're born with it, right? Like, that would be what you would think is normal. It's like, I'm not usually aware that I have an even amount of toes on my feet. I'm not usually aware that I have 5 toes on each foot. Usually don't even think about it. I wonder if having a 6th toe, if you would just not think about it. But maybe not. Maybe it would be like every time you stepped it would just feel different. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to find someone with 6 toes on one foot and be like, yo, what do you feel like? I don't know. And even that person, how it feels for them might still not be like universal. I don't know. I'm gonna be thinking about this though. It's gonna bother me. I feel like you'd probably just get used to it and not even notice it. That's what I think. Also, I think, even if I drew her with 6 toes on one foot in every panel, probably the audience wouldn't notice it either. I feel like shopping for it. For shoes. It would make shopping for shoes a bitch. Yeah, it would. Make wearing sandals at the beach really interesting. I think I'm gonna take my short little break as soon as I'm done with this panel. which is pretty soon. Six toes would be amazing. You know, if I think, you know what I always thought would be cool to have like a thumb like over here, you know, so like you'd just have like two thumbs in your hand. You could like totally just like grab things. I just thought that would be cool. I guess it's like apples and oranges, or fingers and toes, I should say. Okay. I guess also, you know, with making someone a mod is like, there's certain commands that I have that are made for only mods, you know, like, or like privileges or whatever, you know. So like if someone's a mod and I'm like talking about a story that like say only a mod has a privilege to post a link to or whatever, and the mod hears me talking, they could just be like, oh, cool, and post a link to it while I'm talking about it, you know. I don't know, I mean, I just made that example up because all my project links, I think anyone can post. Neo Sapiens from Exo Squad, that's exactly what I was just thinking. I would definitely... Okay, so even if it was like... Yeah, no, the Neo Sapiens from Exo Squad, they were like this. Like, they had 2 fingers and 2 thumbs on each hand. And dude, they could just like grab anything, like solid ass grip. Probably lacked a little bit of like fine-tune, you know, motor skill, but who cares, man, when you can like, you know, catch a basketball with one hand and just like, I don't know, I guess that's a weird example. Who cares about catching a basketball with one hand? But you know, anything. You just do really cool stuff and people will be like, whoa, you're so cool. Do that. Alright, I'm going to take 5 and I will be right back, and then I will finish this. Everybody cool with that? If I take 5 for a few? Well, for 5. I'll leave you with my reel and our Oneshi video. Alright, I'll catch you guys in a bit. Hope you stick around.
Where I'm at.
Hi, I'm Lindsay G. I am the writer, editor, and co-founder of Oneshi Press.
Hi, Jayel Draco here, illustrator, designer, and co-founder of Oneshi Press.
Oneshi Press is an independent publisher of books in print and digital formats.
Supported by people like yourself.
Right now, we have a graphic novel, a comic book, and an art book all in the works.
Oneshi Press offers you unique realities that you can't find elsewhere.
Oneshi Press aims to create vibrant, living, breathing worlds and invites readers into those worlds to explore.
Our current goal at Oneshi Press is to keep 3 projects in rotation at all times.
Oneshi Press is currently working on 3 projects. The first one is Tracy Queen,
Tracy Queen is a whip-smart gonzo,
sex-positive, feminist porn star. She funds her own way and makes her own way through the world, but she has a background in organized crime. As she gains notoriety through her career, she earns a lot of powerful enemies in different sectors and decides that she needs to protect herself. With the help of her super genius electrical engineer raccoon best friend Nicola, she creates an army of cyborg clones using genetic samples that she collects on the sets of her adult films.
She's badass, she's in control, and she's taking matters into her own hands.
The Great Nations of Rendaria is our first large-scale art book.
Written and illustrated from the perspective of Jan Kazian, a character from the greater story, The Children of Gaia. In this fantasy world, the 6 great nations have since been destroyed.
All 6 of these great nations have mysteriously fallen, and now the scholar monk Jan Kazian is trying to preserve their memory in a tome.
Jan Kazian's goal is to keep their cultural histories alive with hope that it might lend aim to a budding future.
It's a really beautiful and epic book that takes place within the larger framework of the greater story Children of Gaia. In Pack, Oneshi's first comic book outing, you can join Patience and his dogs of virtue
as they put crime under the fang.
They prowl the streets of Brooklyn at night,
looking for corruption, and where they find it, they dispatch their own brand of justice.
There's Patience, a broken man living on the edge with his pack. Diligence, the orphaned Eastern wolf. Chastity, the exploited Tibetan Mastiff. Kindness, the abused Pit Bull Terrier. Temperance, the experimental Blue Dane. Liberty, the seasoned German Shepherd. And humility, the abandoned mutt. Once you've heard their stories, you'll see things from their perspective.
But at what point of taking the law into your own hands does one become the villain?
All three of these huge projects have been in the works for years. My co-founder Jayel Draco and I used to spend our days working at our 9-to-5s and our evenings and weekends working on these projects. But as they continued to build, we realized that they were way too important to us for us to keep them on the back burner.
Creating worlds is no small endeavor. These projects are big, and we need your support to get them done.
So we've decided to launch a Patreon page. Patreon is a subscription service by which you can donate small or large amounts of money if you want to on a monthly repeating basis, thereby making what we're doing scalable. So if we're making a small amount of money, we can put out a small amount of materials to our loyal followers. But the more people that get involved and the more that they can donate, the faster we will be able to make the production of these projects happen.
We need funding. No amount is too small. The more funding we get, the more we can get done.
Oneshi Press aims to have at least 3 projects going at any given time. As soon as one project is completed, we'll put another one into the roster and keep it rolling.
These projects will have snippets released in turn, one after the other, on a rotational basis.
We hope that we'll be able to finish all of our projects this way, and eventually we would love to open it up so that we can publish works by other people as well.
To find out more about us, our projects, and our growing team, visit oneshipress.com.
Many of our projects have their own websites as well.
Through our website, oneshipress.com, you can find out more about each individual project, and there's links to those projects' websites.
Tracy Queen actually has her own website with a blog, and her own Tumblr and Twitter and Facebook.
To help support Oneshi Press, visit our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/oneshipress.
On our Patreon page, you can pledge whatever amount you're able to and sign up for a whole variety of really great rewards, ranging from access to our private members-only Patreon feed to exclusive behind-the-scenes artwork and information, ranging the whole way up to custom-made artwork, stories, and more from your favorite characters.
At Oneshi Press, we build worlds, and you're invited.
Support our Patreon if you can, but if you can't, we'd still love it if you could like our stuff on social media, share it, tell your friends about it, get everybody involved.
Thank you so much for your support. And remember, every like, share, and comment on social media actually boosts our signal, and that helps too.
Thanks for your support. The music you're hearing is by Jack Shell, thesoundweaver.com.
Something else that I wanted to do, and I can't remember what it is, and I wrote it. Maybe.
Damn it! Okay. And I fucked it up. Damn it! I was doing so. A lot. I can't do this. I'm sorry. It was terrible.
That's fine.
No. All right. Woo!
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Thank you. Let me just make sure all my stuff is back on. Alert box and chat box. Okay, cool. Check and check. Alright, let's put some music back on. How are y'all doing? Is that break exciting? Did I lose anyone? You guys all gone off to greener pastures? So the problem is my cat has taken to sitting next to me while I stream. Problem with that is if I go to like open a bag of pretzels or anything, he gets all like food, and then he'll like try to climb up on my drawing to like get what I'm snacking on, and here, I'll show you. Cat stream, live cat, yawn, cat yawn. Okay. He's camera shy, apparently. Sure. So I'm like, I really want to open that bag of pretzels, but I know the second I even reach for it, when he hears the plastic crinkle, he's gonna like jump up and be like, food, give me, I'm starving. Why are you starving me? Like, I'm not starving you, I'm trying to watch your weight for your own health. Pretzels are not cat food. But I think like the cat food bag and like, or not cat food, we feed him canned food, but the his treats are in like the same kind of plastic. So when I open his treat bag, it makes the same noise. So if I go to open a pretzel bag, he's like, that is definitely for me. I don't care what it is, it's for me. Cat is like sick over pretzels. I don't know what it is, but like, I can't eat pretzels without him trying to get some. He's mad about pretzels. Caffeine, yes. Oop, breaking graphite here. No, he wants the pretzels. Yeah, give the cat caffeine. No, that would be terrible. You would have no anything left standing in the apartment. Because the cat would go on a psychotic rampage. Which wouldn't really be very different from any other day, except he'd be fueled by caffeine. What makes today different than any other day? Because today, I have tasted caffeine. Because today I have 6 toes and caffeine. Ooh, keypad. Yeah. This is the bottom of these stairs. This hallway comes forward, and at the end of it there's a door. I wanted to show the stairs and the door in the same panel, so I had to do this like weird warp, kind of pseudo fisheye perspective thing happening. Wasn't easy. Coffee is the meaning of life. It's true. Back transferred to desktop. Yes, desktop and coffee. It's like maximum Twitch right there. Prepare for maximum Twitch. So we got the little first person panel down here. Get the tuba of her wakizashi just so. curve. Blade is very subtle. Amstrap, alright, to get this out of the way, now that I'm on a desktop, so typing's not a pain in the ass, you seem to want a mod, and I find modding easy, so if you want me to do that, then I'm game. Same goes for playing around with the Unkbot, otherwise I'll probably be here anyway. So far, I enjoy the stream. Oh, cool, thanks so much. Yeah, well, I mean, this is my normal time to stream, Tuesday night. So, well, I don't know if it's night for you, because I don't know where you are. But if this is like a pretty good time that you're on and you're into it and you want to try like modding and stuff, I mean, for sure I can make you a mod and, you know, actually you can do that right now if you want. Bam! Now you got a sword. Oh, what? And I do have some commands that are, you know, if you type in exclamation mark commands, you'll see my list of commands. And then, in addition to that, I have some commands that are not public facing, that like only mods can use. And then like user specific commands, etc. But I mean, it's kind of a mess, you know, like, I don't know, does a mod have the ability to like see all of the commands? First person style panel. It's always fun to throw those in because these days a lot of video games and stuff are first person, so people are pretty comfortable with that idea. Whoa, Nightbot, what are you saying? Oh, because I typed them out by hand, you can only see the ones I typed in. Huh, if I didn't type them out by hand, would it just show all of my commands? So I don't think I want, like, everybody to be able to see all of my commands, because some of them are, like, just dumb. Or, like, inside joke kind of things that, like, you know, I wouldn't want everyone to be able to necessarily see all the time. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, she only has 5 toes on that foot. Bummer. Maybe this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 5 will fit. Man, it's like we were just made to have 5 toes. Oh well. Maybe next time. Yeah, there's probably a lot of, like, I didn't know what I was doing. I guess would have to, make you an Unkbot editor? Is that right? I know I've done that for like 1 or 2 of my other mods, and one of them is really good. It's just that he's like in the Netherlands, so generally when I'm streaming he's sleeping. Well, it's a fine balance to maintain. It'll show you the commands available to a user, so if your commands were mod or user specific, then they wouldn't show for most folks. Oh, interesting. Okay. Unkbot settings, editor, add me as a new editor. Yeah, let me try that. Unkbot. Unkbot setting. What do we say? Unkbot. Right, it's Unkbot settings editor. Put on my glasses for this. Okay, so B. Here, let me get to my keyboard. Aha! What I need to do is put like a little table over here that I could put my keyboard on. So, oh, is it cap sensitive? Nope, I guess not. Ham stripe 2. Add. Cool. So I added you as an editor, and I don't think there's a save button or anything, so I think you're just an editor now. Right? Should be. Unless I goofed.
All the silly people in my fucking head. One of them is Dora and I think she's dead. She's walking in a cloak on the Mercy Street. He's sleeping on my pillow, loving all chick. And there's a dreamer standing tall on his feet, talking about the money, lives and preach. His father was the seller they shut down on the street. A solitary man with a big heart. And shorter is the fact that sorry is not me. He dancing in a careworn career. He working for a toy, so if you are a boy. I'm just a curry basic Navy pilot, and during my civilian war, and all I see is dollar, 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 you my love. Captured by the grace, I shed my shirt and tie.
Ham stripe successfully removed. Test. You seem to have an interactivity dynamic going on between Nightbot and Unkbot. So I take it you don't want me to transfer Nightbot's commands to Unkbot. Yeah, that's true. And even what I have so far of my interactivity between the two of them is kind of like rudimentary. Like, I wanted them to be a lot more interactive. I kind of like the idea of my bots like sniping each other, hating on each other. I just thought it'd be really fun. And it is fun, but it doesn't always work. But I'm trying to actually make that better and like figure out better ways to like make them respond to each other. Otherwise, I would just get rid of Nightbot. Because honestly, the reason why I did that is because Nightbot was kind of crummy. So I always made fun of Nightbot and whatever. But then someone was like, just get Unkbot. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll get Unkbot. And I was like, aha, and they'll be enemies. Yes. Just for funsies, you know. Or the lulz. Like, there's a couple things, like, commands that are, like, that, like, I feel like a lot of people that I watch have set up. And I'm like, how do you do that? Like, and it's probably really simple, but, you know, I tend to, like, when I have Unkbot open, it's usually because I'm just like, oh, that's what it looks like when the commands aren't typed out. Okay, so that's just all the commands. Yeah, there's a bunch of those that, like, I wouldn't want in my command. Like, I wouldn't want people to be able to see. Like, some of them are just for me to goof on friends with, you know? And some of them are specific, like Snipebot and whatever is specific to like start a fight between Nightbot and Unkbot. And I don't necessarily need like everyone to be able to see that. It's just like confusing when there's like so many commands and it's like, why do you have that command listed? I'm like, I don't know, because sometimes I get bored and weird. I get weird bored. Here I have made her wakizashi too long, so I'm going to just carve off the tip of it. Forgive the dental tool sound of it. Sometimes when I use that, people are like, ah, my teeth! I mean, I guess I don't mind that, you know, if everyone saw everything, but add how long / me. Oh, it's like some coding stuff happening. Hamstripe successfully added. How long permission everyone message me. I can't even read that. How long Hamstripe has been following Jayel Draco for 5 months and 1 week. Whoa, really? Is that true? You've been following me for 5 months and 1 week? That's awesome. Thank you. Awesome. Yeah, I love creative. It's so cool. Twitch creative is like, I don't know, it's like a second home. Ah! Breaking graphites all over the place. I'm gonna experiment here. Mention commands, oh yeah, so like, to be able to like, type in, say like, I don't know, hype so-and-so, and then like if I typed in like, type Hamstripe2, and then it would be like, oh, go give Hamstripe2 a follow, Hamstripe2 is a whatever, you know, like blah blah blah. You know, like information about your channel or stream. You know what I mean? Like, that's one that I've seen in a few places, and I'm like, how do people do that? But, you know, I say, like, how do people do that without actually, like, spending a lot of time looking into it, because... because I'm spending my time streaming. It's be called hype or shout out. Oh yeah, I don't know, whatever. I guess whatever the most common thing to call it is, so that it's like something people would be used to, you know? It's like sometimes it's like, what is it? SOC if they're like a creative streamer or something, you know? Shout out, yeah, definitely. I'm trying to think of what else. But I think like there's other things that I feel like are pretty standard that I don't have. Maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe I've done a decent job since then of like putting in a whole bunch of commands. I don't know, you know, like I like to promote other people and I like to, you know, have fun things that like engage people. I would love to eventually figure out things to do that are currency based because I have a currency system called Dracoins. This is just my fun little joke, you know, it's a play on Draco. But I don't know what to do like with people's Dracoins. Like every 15 minutes that you're on my stream, you get Dracoins. Every time you host me, you get Dracoins. When you initially follow me, you get Dracoins. And then there's like the command Drakes. Rogue, hey, how are you? Usually go with follow. Yeah, follow works. That's cool. How's it going, Rogue? What are you up to? Woo, Rogue hosted. All right, thank you. Hello. Just woke up. Right on. How come my thing didn't go off? My thing! My kingdom for my thing! No, seriously, my alert box. What's the deal with my alert box not happening? Just woke up. It's like, what time zone are you in? Are you in like, I don't know, are you in Central or Eastern? Are you not feeling well? I mean, it's none of my business, you don't have to tell me. If it's just a nap or whatever, that's cool. Six PM. Woo! Yeah, it's 7:30 here. So yeah, I guess you're probably like Central, right? Accidentally reversed my sleep schedule. Oh yeah, been there. Definitely done that. Added follow plus go check and follow target for some wicked code. Okay, cool. Mission. So if I would type in like the actual command would be like exclamation mark follow space and then the user's name. Follow fiend. Go check out follow. Go check out and follow Fiend for some wicked creative action over at twitch.tv/Fiend. Awesome. Cool. Thank you. My command for that is SO. Switch.tv. S. Twitch.tv. OP. OP. Oh yeah, SO for shout out, right? I'm trying to figure out is what I can do with my Drakes currency system. You know, I have like a game that I set up based on heist, but it's not heist. I just like modded it to like change the events, you know, what things are called, blah blah blah. So it's like a customized version of heist. So that's like one way to, you know, win more Drakes, more Drake coins. And then also just like time spent in the watching the stream also earns you more Drake coins rather. But yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking like, what could I do with that? That would be like fun. Like, do people have uses for like their currency systems? Like, other than allowing people to, you know, jukebox music, because like I don't want to have a playlist that other people can access. All the songs that I have are from playing off my computer, and they're playing off Windows Media Player. At some point, I might, if I could figure out how to put a playlist like of songs from my computer into Unkbot, I might do that. But I would definitely want it to be like only songs that I put there. Oh, a raffle. That's a cool idea. Me command, have the bot shout your channel out. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like... I don't know. I kind of want mods to be able to shout out other people's channels, but like... I don't know. I feel like people shouting out their own channels is like... a little uncouth, a little passé. Unkbot only uses YouTube to add music. Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, I don't know how I feel about it. I definitely like... You know, I like when mods like give shoutouts to other streamers as they enter, you know, like, oh, so-and-so is now watching your stream. Oh, cool, shout that person out. They're really awesome. You know, like... Oh, yeah, it was only for mods to use the command, the me command. Yeah, I think mods can shout each other out if, you know, if there's two mods in the stream and they're both streamers. We'll see. I'll think about it. For example, if anyone wants to give Rogue a shout out, that's cool. She's an awesome creative streamer. I guess shout out is a mod only command, right? Mod specific. Basically, like the several nice. What is OS sloth? Yeah, it's mod only. Cool. Yeah, I think like the few like really reliable watchers that I have are also streamers. And I think most of them are mods on my channel. Just because there was one night where like there's a few people in a row that were mods, so like the little sword icon showed up and it was like 5 swords in a row, so I was just like, you know what, everybody needs swords, I'm arming all my watchers, and I don't know, it was silly fun, but so now everyone's got swords and that's cool. Because who doesn't want a sword icon next to their name, right? But like half the people were like, I don't know how to mod. It's an emote. Oh, duh. I'm looking at the Unkbot thing and that doesn't show the emotes. Right, but when I look over at my actual chat on Twitch, it shows the emotes. Duh. Ha. Mjolnir. Zap. Pound zap. Mjolnir, the ultimate banhammer. Basically, the commands are variations of follow, social, uptime, with an optional how long, and 8-ball. Otherwise, it's Unkbot client-side stuff like heist, currency, and quotes. Oh, okay. So, right, things like currency I would have to actually do on my end, right? My console. So, basically what you mean? Like hug. I like hug. Yeah, hug is good. Targeted or a random person? Is there a way to do both? I feel like I've seen commands that work both ways. Like, you can put in a target, but if you don't, then it's random. But I'm not sure if it's just that, you know, I might be wrong about that. Like, it might be someone had it set to target and then changed it or something. I'm pretty sure, I thought I saw it said it could be optional, like you can put in a target, but if you don't put in a target, It's random? I don't know. Am I wrong? I might be wrong. The bot, I think, does both random and specific. Yeah, I feel like I've seen that. I like the hugs and the love flips and all that fun stuff. I think I have a love flip command, but I'm not sure if it works. Like, I've even seen someone, I think, had hug, but you could type in whatever you want, like a target. Like, you could type, like, hug at Hamstripe 2. Or you could type in, like, hug stream. You know, or just type in hug and it would just be random. I don't know. I think that might be doable, but haven't tried it before. Yeah, that's... I mean, you know, if it's crazy or, like, weird to do that, you know, no need to, like... No need to hurt the brains. Oh, the kitty has come back to join me. Hello, kitty. You take a little stroll around the apartment. He has his own little chair next to mine. I'll show you. Oh, he's not looking. God. Yeah, whatever. He's spitefully ignoring me. Nope, mine needs a target. Okay. I think it would be a dummy variable. Let me try this. Whoa, crazy. Dummy variables. Man. You're using terms and stuff. I don't know. I'm just gonna make pretty pictures while you try that. Sounds cool. Let's see, what else? What else do I need here? I want to call it done and then, like, afterwards be like, ah, why didn't I do the thing? Didn't draw the thing. You know? Happens a lot. Well, maybe not a lot, but it happens enough. Enough to justify awareness. Oh, different hug types that have been appended to a text file. Random line is read to decide the outcome of the hug. Right. Dummy message only has the ability to clear a pre-existing message. Same system. Souls Gray has. Yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of those commands, like, rely on text files for randomization. Like, oh, that's what it is. LD Bean has one, I think it's called Smack. And if you don't type in anything, it'll randomly smack anyone in the chat, and it'll just say like, Hamstripe 2 has smacked Understanding Rogue in the face with a feather, or whatever. You know, it'll say with whatever, and that thing is always random, but that reads from a text file. But if you don't put in a target, it'll just randomly smack anyone in the chat. So you could just type smack, and then it'll just pick like, Hamstripe 2 has smacked Lindsay Lag in the face with a tuna fish, you know, like, and it'll be like, what? But I don't really understand how that works. Maybe next time I'm on a Bean stream, I will try to pick some brains and be like, how did you do it? How? Tell me. And maybe I'll get an answer. Or maybe it'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll tell you sometime. Yeah. But, you know, it's the kind of thing you don't want to, like, ask someone to be like, oh, could you look up that code that you used and share it with me while they're streaming? It's like, you know, generally, while someone's streaming, you want to let them focus on what they're doing. Unless they're asking you for help. That's different. But like, yeah, a lot of times I'll see stuff like that in streams, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I gotta remember to ask that person after they're done streaming. But then like, you know, like next time I talk to them or whatever, it's like they're streaming again. Like, and I totally forgot to find out. I guess I just gotta make this stuff more of a priority if I wanna use it. But yeah, like random targets and random results. How does that work? There's definitely some kind of text file voodoo in there. Well, what do we think? Am I missing anything? I think her shadow butt needs to be bigger. We don't want our hero to not have a butt. How heroic can you possibly be without a butt? No, not perfect, but it's better. Hamstripe, tackle hugs, hamstripe. Awesome. Random user. So, I wonder if you did it again, do you think it would just have the same result, or do you think it would have a different result? Try it again. Bean! Hi! Hamstripe, tackle hugs, hamstripe. Yay! Hug, 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 hug. LD Bean is in the house! Stop doing this to me, young pot. How are you? I'm good, thanks. Yeah, I think I'm just about finished up with this piece. There's something else that I was working on that I was thinking I could just like keep streaming for a little bit while I work on this other thing. Maybe I'll do that. I have a little like creature that I want to add into a page in the Children of Gaia book. So I was thinking, just keep the stream going because I'm having fun. And LD Bean just showed up. How can I stop my stream when you just showed up? Should be a different result. No, I mean, Drunkbot is kind of evil. It might just be spiting you. Drunkbot auto adds a 1-minute cooldown. Oh, yeah, I think so. And I think it's per user. But I think that's adjustable also. I think I can not give things... Sorry for being so late. No, it's awesome that you're here. How are you doing? Haven't caught one of your streams in a little while. I think the other day I did see a notification that you were streaming. I think it was like a video game thing, but I think I was also like running out, so I couldn't have caught it anyway. Were you having some kind of ZBrush or Photoshop trouble? I thought I remember you saying something about that, like... Or maybe that was a while back and I'm just getting confused. In the commands tab, you can remove the cooldown. Yeah, I mean, I guess the cooldown is good. Streaming has been scarce. Why? Why? Your stream's so good. Everybody loves your stream. Oh, Nightbot welcomes LDB. Nightbot. Oh, Nightbot doesn't get it. Awesome. Check something real quick. It never ends. The ZBrush, then the internet. Did you say like there was some kind of, I don't know, construction or something like messing up your internet? No. I thought that was it. The stream of Lord Dangerbean awaits your mind to blow it. I've been playing around with sounds. Because I'm a goof. Oh, I guess I should have put in a link to your stream, because it... You're welcome for the command. It's a little bit of a failure since there's no link, but, you know, I tried, right? It's a thought that counts. Ah, breaking graphites. Lol. Ooh. Rogue tackle hugs Nightbot. The best hug so far. Comcast has been shitty, but also I just reset everything in the internet. And it seems alright. Okay. Do you mean like your router and your like actual internet gear, like in your house, or do you mean like you what do you mean reset? Router and modem, that was the word I was trying to find. Brains. Nightbot is the unwanted little brother with all the choco-covered fingers. Reset the entire internet globally. Awesome. awesome. That explains why everything's been running so smooth lately. Everyone has been to thank. You hear that, lags? Bean reset the entire global internet. It was amazing. Yeah, you didn't have to buy that range extender. Oh well. Alright. I think this is... this is done. I can't think of anything else that'll make it better. So, I'm just gonna do a little quickie. A little quickie over here. Mash. Pop this off. Bloop. Bloop. Wahaha. As long as you don't like turn off the global internet and like forget to turn it back on, you know, like don't like turn it off and then like leave the house. Your name card says Shadow's good, makes it pop. Oh cool, thanks so much. Yeah, I was a little scared of that. It was like I didn't even, when I was drawing it small, I didn't even think about it, you know. Have you ever thought about putting little Easter eggs in the comic pages? Actually, yes. I love doing things like that, and a lot of times I'll have references to other projects of mine in like the background of other projects, you know, like little self-contained Easter eggs, like referencing my own stuff in other stuff of mine, you know. Like I'll have things from like Tracy Queen in Pack, and vice versa, things from Pack in Tracy Queen, or like, and sometimes that's written in, but sometimes it's just like a visual gag, you know? But yeah, I love Easter eggs in general. That whole idea just tickles me. Easter eggs and meta references. It is today's day, 2016. So many years. 12... 6, right? Yeah. All right. I think this is Dunsies till next Tuesday when I color it. I gotta put this someplace safe for now.